Do what you want. And I mean, I say that, but what do I mean by that, really? It's kind of ironic me saying that while playing Surf on Counter-Strike, because the whole point... Oh, you see, because the whole point of me actually saying that is, you know, live life like the way you want to, you know? That applies to people on YouTube, too. And sorry, it's been a while since I've even surfed, so... I don't know why I'm doing this, I should switch to B-Hop. Granted, for someone who's not on YouTube like myself, it's a lot easier said than done. You see, on my channel, obviously, everyone wants to see Counter-Strike, you know? Counter-Strike, not my favorite game at the moment, I'm kind of bored of it. I've said this in over 20 videos at this point, honestly. I like League of Legends right now. I don't really want to post content on it, though, I'm gonna be honest, okay? What I really want to do is I want to make myself and the viewers happy doing what I want to do and what they want to see, you know? That's why I want to try out vlogging. Everyone loves vlogging, you know? I want to try it. I see all these people like Casey Neistat, whatever. I see all these people who make these really professional vlogs, and I'm like, you know what? I want to be able to do what they're doing to some degree. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to fly drones. I don't have that money. But, you know what? Just do what you want, too. And I say that, like... I say that in every sense that you can. Life's about being happy, you know? Make the most of it. Do what you want. Do what makes you happy. Don't conform to what other people think will make you happy or what other people say is ideal, you know? Do at the end of the day what you want to do. And I don't mean that in every single possible way. If you want to stay home all day and play video games, never go to school, never get a job or whatever, that's not the smartest idea. I don't mean do what you want in that sense. I mean do what you want up to a point where you could still function and live. Indulge yourself, too. If you want to spend your money on something that you want to spend it on, do it. I mean, I haven't even started vlogging, or have I done a face reveal, and I just decided to buy a camera. Money's not really the biggest issue for me. Like, granted, I lost a lot of money from that, but it's like, what you put in, you get back, you know? By spending that money, I now have something to make better videos with, and that's what makes me happy. I love making videos, even though I'm very lazy with it, and I say that all the time, whatever. I do love making videos. It's a lot of fun, I have to admit. So spending that money to get that better quality, to make just making vlogs easier, make them better, whatever, I think that's worth it. That makes me happier, so I think that money spent was well spent. You see, however, as I just mentioned a moment ago, I'm not trying to say, you know what, just like, try your hardest to become a YouTuber or whatever, you know, just make videos that people want to see, whatever. Or, I don't know, I don't even know what I just said by that, but bottom line, if you want to indulge yourself, spend some money, even though it may not be the best economic decision, I think sometimes it's worth it and good for you. And you see, people often, this used to always happen, I used to always get pressured by comments or when I was streaming a lot, Twitch chat, whatever, to do stuff, but now I'm starting to realize, like, kind of like the mindset that other people who are actually, like, big and, like, significant and recognized as YouTubers feel. Like, for say, people have been asking me to do a face reveal for months now. I've always said, oh, you know what, at one point I'll do it, whatever. I mean, like, granted, I am gonna do it, but I'm just gonna do it in my own time, when I want to, when I feel very comfortable with it. Not that I have anything holding me back from it, I just don't feel ready for it yet, you know? Granted, I do want to do it soon, because I do want to start vlogging. Like, really badly. Because vlogging, for me, it sort of sets aside what I'm doing here, which is just, you know, sitting on the computer, playing games, taking funny moments from that, recording it. I feel like there's a lot more to life than just taking funny moments from games. Granted, I think that there are things you can do in games that I think are great for YouTube, like great content you can do. But I think just playing the game with me and my friends and then just taking those moments, that's not being a real YouTuber, you know? Nothing's planned out. There's not too much hard work into it except for like maybe the editing process. But I kind of want to just like start making things that I really enjoy and like really feel like I put a lot of work into it, making it look really nice, whatever. That's sort of what I'm doing here. I sort of just had the idea, like, I can see now how all these YouTubers get topics, and like I don't have to write anything down for this. I'm just going it straight off the top of my head. I'm not really stuttering, you know, everything's so clear to me, and they can just make like multi-minute long videos just off this stuff, and now I can completely see why. So I think a type of video like this, where I'm actually talking, like trying to give advice, you know, whatever, I think that's good. I like these types of videos. I like listening to other people, like for instance, person who I love doing these types of videos is Jericho. You know, he perfectly gets these videos done. And I would just see that, and I'm just like, you know what, he does a great job. It seems all fluent. It seems like he's just talking one-on-one to the camera, which is sort of what I'm doing right now. I'm not trying to make myself sound better by sitting up or whatever, you know. I'm not trying to do anything weird. I'm just sort of just sitting here talking as if you were a friend of mine. Granted, that being said, I kind of want to do a video where I sort of explain YouTube in a sense. Like how, because I think at this point I have a good understanding on how people get bigger on YouTube, how people, you know, just solve the riddle of YouTube on becoming successful in it. Granted, I'm not the most successful person on it. I'm not even near. I'm in the top 100,000 people in the world, which granted is actually kind of cool. I mean, not gonna lie, I think that fact is really cool. But, you know, I want to, like, share the device I have, because I've seen videos. I remember, like, in the past, like, 5-6 years when, like, I wanted, like, every kid, really, I feel, who's, like, into gaming and into YouTube would be like, oh, yeah, you know, I want to make a career out of YouTube, whatever. I have a lot of tips, because I've seen videos of people making that, and I used to always watch those, being like, oh, yeah, if I do this, then this will be the one trick onto how to become big on YouTube. But no, it's like, it's not like that. There's not one magical recipe, although I have plenty of tips that I don't really hear people say often, or when they say it, me, myself, being someone who watched those videos, I took it a completely different way than they mentioned. Now I understand what they mean by it, but it's kind of hard to explain the way that they did and convey the point of what they're trying to say. You know, just in my mind today, like 20 minutes ago at max, I just had this just spark of creativity in my mind, just thinking of all these ideas to talk about, whatever, all these things I could do outside of gaming, all the things I can do inside of gaming to make good videos that people will enjoy. You know, my channel will do a lot better, people will enjoy my channel, people will respect me more, you know, all those sorts of things. And I'm just like, I'm just thinking to myself, like, I have so many ideas now, and I used to never be able to have ideas, and, like, videos were slow for me because I just, like, do the same things over and over, which is just, like, highlights of games. But now that I just have, like, this creative spark in me where I'm just, like, thinking of all these ideas to talk about and all these things, even though there's something so simple and rambly, like what I'm doing right now, like, the title of this video, aside from the prefixes and whatnot, is do what you want. Even though I've so completely diverted away from that, I just have just such a running flow of ideas that I just want to talk about and make videos on, like, within games, outside of games, you know, like vlogging and all that stuff. I just have so many ideas, and I usually get these after, like, watching Casey Neistat, not gonna lie. He's a great YouTuber, by the way. I mean, like, my shout-out really does nothing to support him, but I mean, like, I used to sort of, like, hear his name and be like, oh, you know what, whatever, he makes vlogs, sounds cool, whatever. But now after watching a bunch of them and, like, really experiencing the way he does it, you really get to see his life, and not to mention the amount of work he puts into it. Jesus. Like, I make videos, and, like, I make them, like, once, like, every other day. Mostly, actually, recently, it's been, like, once every 3 days or something. And that takes a lot of work, honestly, and that's why I postpone a lot of these videos, and I don't make them as... But I feel like I really should put a lot more effort into it, and that's why I kind of... after all my finals are done for school and whatnot, and Regents, like, tests, whatever, all that stuff done, I kind of want to try and just see if I can get a 30-day upload streak going. I really want to try that, because now, especially, I have all these ideas of videos I can make and whatnot. So, going back to what I was saying about Casey, the amount of work that man puts in, like, getting all these cinematic shots, whatever, editing all that, and making, like, I'm pretty sure he makes daily uploads at least. Doing all that daily, that's just crazy, you know, the amount of production value he has into daily videos is crazy. I would never be able to do that, especially, due to my lack of resources. I feel like he has to have, like, a team of people helping him. So yeah, I'm just having, like, all these crazy ideas in my head about making videos and putting more work into it, and now that it's summer, this is the best time ever for me to have these ideas. But yeah, 2 things. If you guys want me to make a tutorial on, well, YouTube in general, then, you know, please just say something random in the comments, like tomato soup. You know, just something just completely random and weird like that. If you don't want me to make that video, just say carrot pie. Because as of this moment, I have a lot of experience on YouTube. I mean, like, I have for the past few years, but only, like, for this past 6 months has any of it ever paid off. So, yeah, that's pretty much my insight on it, I guess. This video, I've been rambling on for over 10 minutes now, just completely off the top of my head, which I sort of just really like these videos where I just sort of just start talking. And it feels so comfortable, too. I feel like my voice will sound very comfortable, as weird as that may sound. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.